Hi everyone, I'm Amruta. I'm going to say about Itertools. So, what are Itertools? Itertools are the modules that work on iterators. So, module is a type of file in Python, and iterators are for loop, while loop, etc., which helps us in looping statements. And now, the syntax of Itertools is import Itertools from Itertools import of. Here, we can write any types of Itertools such as count of, etc. And now, what is an infinity iter tool? Infinity iter tool is a iter tool which helps us in infinity loop. We use only start and stop function in this. We will not use step function because if you use step function, the output will not be infinity. And in this, there are three types: count of, cycle of, and repeat of. Count of, cycle of, and repeat of. There are only three types of Itertools and infinity Itertools. And now the first one of infinity Itertools is count of. Here it returns to the number of times. That means it counts up to how many numbers we want. In this, we'll get a brief idea by discussing an example. Here, we consider a for loop. We consider the syntax of count of itertools. It's itertools.countof. Here in countof, we wrote the starting point, we wrote the step point. And now, if I equal to 10, then break. Else, print I. And here, the output will be 2. And then 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8, and 9 plus 2 will get 10. Then here in if statement, if I equal to 10, break is there, no? So it will break and it will not print 10. So here is the output. And the second one is, we should first import the functions. From itertools, import count, and then for I in count of 10. From 10 it starts and it steps to 2. Then print of I. If only I greater than 17, then break. Then up to 16 it will get printed, and the 18 member will not get printed because if I equal is greater than 17, it will just break. So it will not get printed in it. And now the second model of infinity itertools is repeat of function. In this repeat of, it will say about how many times we should repeat the data. The data will get repeated, how many times we can print it. And here we can get the syntax as itertools.repeat of, and the word we want to repeat, comma, how many times you want to repeat that particular word. And here with the first program for I dot itertools dot repeat, the word itertools we want to print it 2 times. So print of I, the itertools word get printed 2 times. And now the second example is from itertools import repeat. It will import repeat from the itertools. And for I in repeat of Python, we want to print it 3 times. Print I, then Python gets repeated 3 times. It will get printed 3 times. And now the third model in infinity itertools is cycle of. In this cycle of, it tells us about how many cycles the iterated using loop, how many cycles we want. So here we'll consider c equal to 0 and then some var means some string type, we can consider anything. And then for I in itertool, cycle of var, so that the var 1 2 3 5, it will get repeated in a cycle mode. If c equal to 12, if the length is equal to 12, then we need to break it. And now using else statement, we'll make that c equal to c plus 1, and then print I gets printed. We are using this AND function because it gets spaces in it. And now the output is 1 2 3 4, again 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 will not get printed because it is already 12. We gave here 12 only, no? So only 12 spaces will get occurred. It will get stopped when we are there. so it will not get printed at that time. That comes the end of infinity iter tools. Now we are going to discuss about combinatoric iter tools. Combinatoric iter tools tells us about the combinations and permutations of a particular type of module. And now there are two types of combinatory iter tools, and the first one is product of, and the second one is permutations of. We also have another two models in it, combinations and combinations with replacements. And now the first module is product of and permutations of. Here I forgot to write this off. Permutations of. Permutations of, we'll get a brief idea about these two. Starting with the first one in combinatoric iter tools, that is product. This is equivalent to the nested for loop. That means the things which we'll see in the for loop will be the same in here. And now we'll consider two programs and we'll know brief about it. Here in this project of, we'll consider an array of 1, 2, 3, and then we'll print list of itertools.product of array of repeat of 2. This is the syntax and this one is the syntax. So that array, it will get the product of this example 1 1 1 2 1 3 and then 2 1 2 2 2 3. We'll get the product, we'll get this as output by using this one. And the second program is from itertools import product. It will import product from itertools and then we'll consider a string and I add the same list. Here we'll not use itertools.product because here we already imported itertools, so there is no need of using it. Here print list of product of string xyz. Then we'll get an output of a comma x, a comma y, a comma z, so on, like this. We'll get the answer like this. So by this we'll get we can understand that product of means it says a of two strings. It will says the product of the first string and the second string, and you should mainly remember the syntax as itertools dot product of array and comma how many times it wants to repeat of. That comes the end of product of itertools. The second type in combinatoric iter tools is permutations of. A permutations of helps us to arrange the following numbers. Here we'll consider two examples and know brief about it. From iter tools import permutations, so that the Python notebook will know that to import iter tools. And now for I in permutations of string A, B, C, print I. Then I gets printed, it gets permutated several times, 6 times, because there are only 3 letters in the following string. And now we are considering about the second example. In the second example, we'll consider a list of ARR equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we'll consider a list and then we need to print the permutations. So print list of itertools dot permutations of ARR, that is the list, comma 2. We want some sublists, so we'll that which is in the size of 2. So we are writing here ARR comma 2, and here it will get as a output of 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4, 2 comma 1, 2 comma 3, 2 comma 4, and so on. Thank you for watching the section. I hope you understand about the syntaxes of few iter tools which I told you in the section. Thank you very much.